Okay, good morning everyone, and welcome to today's magical math morning session. In the last few days, we have been learning some multiplications and divisions, correct? Multiplication by 4 and 8, etc., by doubling concept, and also dividing by 4 and 8 means halving and halving, and then multiplying with 5, that is multiply by 10 and take half, or divided by 10 means double it and then divide by 10, correct? So we extend the same thing today for multiplying numbers with any number with 25 or its variations, that is 25, 2.5, 250, or 0.25 kind of things. Okay, and it is exactly similar to the concepts what we have been using in the previous techniques, like multiplying by 4 and multiplying by 5. The combination of these things will give this technique also. Okay, and you may be thinking how to remember all these things. Once we complete all these things, I will tell you the correlation. All are interrelated. The techniques, because I have grouped them in such a way that the numbers are whatever the numbers you are using 4, 5, 2, 8, all these things are similar. So, if you remember one trick, we can use for all. Okay, today we learn multiplying by 25, and then we'll extend the same thing to 0.25 or 2.5 or 250, etc. Okay, let's see how to multiply by 25 with some simple example. Suppose we want to multiply 52 into 25. Now, can we think in the same lines how we multiplied by 5? What did we do for multiply by 5? You multiplied by 10 and then divided by 2, correct? Because multiplying by 10 is very easy, just adding a 0. And half is what we have practiced and it has become very easy for us. Now, multiplying by 25 is also the same thing. What we do? We multiply by 100 and divide by 4. Because 100 by 4 is how much? 25. Either we can do first multiply by 100 and divide by 4, or in some numbers like 52, it is easy to divide by 4 and then multiply by 100, because when you divide by 4, it's very easy, correct? Because we know the simple tables, half is 26, half is 13. Then we'll go for into 100, so the answer will become 1300. Simple. Or else 50 to 100 we can take and then divide by 4, it's not 44. Okay, let's take some one or two examples to make you more familiar with this. 76 into 25, let's see what you will do. First you divide by 4. 76, half is 38, half is 19, correct? No, divide by 4 means half of half, or else even 19 fours are 76, it's a small number, correct? No, what we'll get by dividing by 4? You will get 19. Now to get the final answer, you will multiply by 100, correct? No, 19 into 100 is very easy, just put two zeros in front of it. 5 means first you multiply by 100, that means in mind we can keep 7600, correct? And then divide by 4. 7600 divided by 4 bits, half, half. Half is 3800 and half is 1900. In some cases, it is easier to follow this method. First you divide by 4 and then by 100. In some cases, this will become easy. Especially when there are decimal numbers either here or here, it is very easy to multiply by 100 first and then divide by 4. Or else, it is easier to divide by 4 and then multiply by 100. Okay, let's take one or two examples. Maybe I will take one or two numbers which are easily divisible by 4, so that it will become easy for us to practice. Suppose you want to multiply 92 into 25. 92, first step what we think? 46, 23, correct? If you know the table of 23, it's good, or else halving techniques we know. Correct? No, 46 is half of this and this one. Yes, already people have put the answer. Then next step, what we think is just put two zeros in front of it. You have already put the answer in the chat before I wrote it here. Correct? No, it is such an easy trick. Try this. All of you, keep your chat open and try these questions one or two, whatever I'm going to give you. 25 into 24. 25 into 24. What we consider is reverse. It is nothing but 24 into 25. Correct? Just one fourth of 24 you consider, half and half. Put two zeros. What's the answer? Yes. It's perfect, correct? No? 24 half is one fourth of 24 is 6, correct? No? Two zeros followed means 600. That's it. Take one big number 106 into 25. Try this. Now comes a little bit of a challenge because 106 is not divisible by 4. Correct? No? But still we'll divide by 4 because it comes in fractions. If it is a fraction, then multiplying by 100 is not that difficult. Correct? 106 half is 53. Then half is, we'll think about 26.5. Then into 100 means what? Yes, that is the correct answer. 2650. Correct? Very simple. 2650. Yes. Correct? I think it's not that difficult. Let's try one more number. 294 into 25. 294 into 25. Always while typing the answer 26.50, we have to think whenever we multiply 106 by a bigger number, it will always come greater than 106. It cannot come less than 106, correct? Like that, we can say that 26.5 may not be the correct answer. There are three options that you may get. One is 26.50 or 265.0 or 2650. Now, if you check all these three, by guessing itself, we can say this is not possible. And 265 is also just only double. It's not 25 times. This is also not possible. So this can be the answer. Like this, we can cross-check the answer. Sometimes whatever we may give it is wrong. Correct? It is 7350. Just half of this we'll take and half of this. 180, sorry, 190. This 294 divided by 4 means we are going to do half and then half. Correct? Half of this is 147 and then half of that is 73.5. Then we'll do the next step. Two zeros, but because already one decimal point is there, we'll add 7350. Perfect. Let's try some other numbers. Suppose I give you 250 into 14. How do you do this? 250 into 14. In such questions, I will rewrite this as 25 into 140. Understood? Isn't it same? The 0, I will shift it to the other number. That's it. It is as same as this. So in mind, we can think this in the form of multiplying by 25. Yes, it is correct. 140, half is 70, half is 35. So directly we'll write it as 3500. Yes. Yes, 25 into 140 we'll write and then we'll do the multiplication. Perfect. Let's take this 86 into 0.25. 86 into 0.25. Either rewrite this or directly also we can do. Correct? Rewriting what we'll get? 8600 into 25. Now it can be done easily. Correct? Give me the answer. Oh, sorry. I wrote it wrong, correct? No? It is 0.86 into 25. Sorry for confusing you. By oversight, I have written this one. It is like 0.86 into 25. Whenever decimals are there, multiply by 100. You will get 86 into 0.25. Directly you can do this, or take 1 by 4th of 0.86. It will become 0.43 and again 0.215. Correct? Into 100 means what? Yes, it is 21.50. Either you can rewrite like this, or directly you can take it as 23, sorry, 43 and 21.5. But because into 25 is there, 0.25 into 100 is how much? It is 25 only. So we need not do any multiplication. Directly we'll take 21.50. Yes. Let's take one or two more with the decimal numbers, because that is what, it's not just knowing one thing. How we apply that one to different conditions is important, correct? Suppose if we take 2.5 into 84, 2.5 into 84. Try to think it in the form of 25 into 8.4. Yes, very good. Because 8.4 we get is 4.2, 2.1. 2.1 into 100 is 210. Very good. Let's take a couple of odd numbers. Okay. Let's take a couple of odd numbers. 123 into 25. Either you divide this one by 4, or first itself you multiply by 100 and then divide by 4. Because divide by 4, we know this, correct? If it is odd number means it will end with 0.25. First we'll take 61.5. Then it will come as 30.75. This we should remember. Into 100 is 3075. This requires a little bit of practice. What we have learned 2 classes ago, dividing by 4 we know, correct? No? Half of this and half of this. That we should know a little more thoroughly. Let's try one more thing. 247 into 25. Yes, 3075 was the correct answer for the previous one. 247 into 25. Always think in half of the terms. 123.5. Correct? Then half of this. Like that we should think in our mind. This is 61.75. Right? Either you will get 0.25, but if this is odd means you will get in terms of 0.75. Yes, 61.75 here we get. When you multiply by 100, in the third step you get is 6175. And this looks appropriate. When you consider these two numbers, it should definitely come 247 into 20 means it will come almost more than 4500. So whatever comes as 6100, it is. See, the final answer where you are going to keep the decimal point is very important. Into 100, we should not forget it. Okay. Let's take one number. A couple of more. We'll try little bigger ones. Maybe 4-digit numbers. 1084 into 25. Please try it. 1084 into 25. And the people who had joined new, I'd like to recommend that please It is okay. In some cases, I said into 100 and divide by 4 is easy, especially whenever you're having decimal numbers. No, always go with into 100 first and then divide by 4. That will become very easy. Small numbers, you go with divide by 4 into 100. Yes, because some people have got habituated of dividing bigger numbers by 4. For them, this will look very easy. Whichever you find comfortable, that you can try. Correct. And this one dividing by 4 and into 100 is easy because it's a big number. Now what we do, it is 542 542 and then what we get 271. It's not 241, 271. So we'll be writing it as 27100. Yes, yes. And for the people who are joining new, these sessions will be there every day morning from Monday to Friday, sharp at 7 a.m. You can subscribe to the channel of Ram's Maths Hub, and there you can join live. You can tell to your friends also. Shall we wind up this one with little bigger number? I would like to give an odd number which is bigger. Maybe we'll take 2477 into 25. Try this. Maybe while doing such a number, you may require paper a little bit till you become more familiar with this. 2477 into 25. Now there is a confusion between 61425 or 61925. Such case, I will write it as 247700. It is much easier, correct? No? 1 2 3 850. Now we can write directly 61925. Correct? Is it 61925? 61925. Sorry, 61925. So that's why while putting the zeros, we should be careful how much this can come approximately. Usually, whenever we multiply this number by 25, if it is less than 5,000, means if it is starting with less than 5,000, it will end up with 5 digits. If it is more than 5,000, means it sometimes it will end up with 6 digits also. So that we should be careful. Isn't it easy? Multiplying by 25 means or 0.25, 2.5, 250, everything we can extend this, correct? Whenever we are multiplying by 25, what we do? We'll multiply by 100 and divide by 4. Or if it is a small numbers and if it is, always check is the number divisible by 4 by checking the last two digits. Then you divide by 4 and then multiply by 100. Whichever you find convenient. Preferably for smaller numbers, you divide by 4 and then multiply by 25. Bigger numbers, multiply by 100 and then divide by 4. Or even decimal numbers also, multiply by 100, divide by 4. That is very easy. So hope you all enjoyed this session. Tomorrow morning, we'll be ready with one more trick which we extend here, and definitely I think you are starting the maja of mathematics, correct? We say that maths mein maja hai. See you tomorrow morning sharp at 7 a.m. Thank you.